everybody doing today? Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, students. Ah, crap. I probably should have prepared some accessories. I have nothing but like a dunce cap though. Hello, my wonderful, wonderful students. Welcome, welcome. Shuffle in. The theater is the lecture rooms filling up. We got over 500 seats. I hope people show up today. This is my first time teaching anyone. Hello. Rachie, why you be looking like that? Why do I be looking like this? I don't know. I have questions too. I have lots of questions, but hello! Welcome everybody to youtaite 101. How is everybody doing today with your host and your professor today, Rachie? I have a PhD in being chronically online. I have a PhD for being chronically online. Wait, actually, no. I actually have my credentials here somewhere. Hi, I'm Rachie. I've been doing covers on the internet for 13 years and singing for even longer. And as of this stream, I have a wealth of experience totaling in big numbers, I think. I don't want to check on them myself, but since you're on these channels, you guys can probably see I have so much experience with this. That's why I think I'm the right teacher to teach you guys. But if not, I'm sure Will and Juby would love to answer your stuff in their emails. Having a presenter show up in July K is for seminars pretty banger. It is pretty banger, is it not? I wish every professor a very nice fashion day. Let's not forget you put out 2 freaking albums. That's right. Actually, before we begin class today, I just wanted to shout my textbook. I mean, my new album. It is Metamorphose. We have a glitter vinyl that's on sale right now, a very okay vinyl. And tomorrow is the last day of pre-orders. So after that, no more glitter vinyls. But yeah, so mad my notifications. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Let me just add everybody in the server and be annoying. Let's see, at stream ping. There we go. All right, I think that's all of the formalities doing. How is everybody else doing? Have you guys eaten yet? Go get your drinks. Today's class is going to be structured. This is the first time I'm going to do it. And to be honest, it took me a few months to try to figure out how I wanted to structure this. First, they were videos, and then after that, they were short form videos, and then it was going to be longer long form videos. But now I think we're just going to settle with a stream, a very long stream that we are going to turn into highlights to post on the channel, plus shorts. So if you can't come to today's stream, or if you leave partway, that's okay. We're still going to put out content of this. I'm trying to modernize, guys. This chuuni will very soon take over TikTok, perhaps. Not sure. But anyway, let me see. Twitter post as well. All right, thank you for reminding me. I need a post on Twitter that we are starting. I went on Twitter and then I was just like, should I get boba tea or coffee? If I had a nickel for every purple Indonesian chuuni VTubers on Twitch, I'd have 2 nickels, which is a lot, but it's weird that there are 2. What can I say? Indonesia can produce a surprising amount of chuunis. I think it's something in the water. I'm not gonna lie. I really do think it's something in our water. Makes everyone delulu. Starting. Okay. Wow, it's been a while since I tweeted out the fact that I have a stream going on, but hello. Okay, awesome. Posted on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. All right. I get it. I'm bad with social media. It's okay. We'll figure this out. But anyway, I have a lot of things, I think, to cover in this class. And the highlights person said I only had a 3-hour limit on the VOD. So we should get started. I need to get started right now. All right. Let me see. Let me pull up all my materials. Cover like the music. Oh dear. All right, I think oh god, now I can't see. All right, well, this is gonna be fun. All right, actually no, I do need to see. I'm so sorry. I need I need to I need to see. Oh dear. Uh-oh. I completely forgot what my keybinds were for my eye patch. Well, this is gonna be fun. All right. When somebody has the time, can they take off my eye patch, please? Thank you. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to youtaite 101 with me, your host, Rachie. Today, I think we got a bunch of questions on Google Drive, and we also got a bunch of questions from Marshmallow. I think we had over like 500 questions in total. So, based on all of the questions that I got, I think we divided up the lesson plan into like 4 or 5 videos based on all the stuff that I can do. And so this is going to be part 1. Thank you so much. This is going to be part 1, which is going to cover basically everything before the recording section of it. So today we are going to be covering the very basic steps of what making a cover is, how to choose the right song, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, anyway, let me just start. For any of you guys who are wondering, how do you make a cover? Well, every cover comes together in 4 very easy steps. There's the prep, there's the recording, there's audio and video editing, and there's also publishing. But of course, like all things, making music can be as complicated or as simple as you want this to be. And of course, this doesn't just apply to covers, but it applies to anything music related, so like original songs as well. This is also not the complete timeline, by the way. This is just the stuff that I do. So I can't imagine what anybody else does. Anyway, so today's focus is everything before the recording part. Like I said, it's the prep. For the other topics, again, like I said, we'll be covering them in the next few streams, which is going to be monthly if this garners enough interest. If it doesn't have enough interest, then that's fine too. I get to take a break, right? Anyway, without further ado, let's start! Yay! Okay, so how do you even prep for a cover? You should ask yourself these questions. Not that I can read them, but I think I can memorize them off the top of my head. Number 1, is it legal to upload this cover? Number 2, where do I find the instrumental? And number 3 and 4, does the song suit my voice? And also practicing 40 hours a day. That's usually how I personally prep. Again, all of this is just my personal experience. Some of the stuff I did research, but, you know, especially when it comes to like, am I allowed to cover a song? I'm not a lawyer, guys. I am not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert. But this is just based on what I found that works for me and the general consensus with all of my friends and all of my peers. Casually extending my day to 40 hours. Yes, practice 40 hours a day, guys. I'm not a lawyer, but the thing is, right? Like, the act of covering a song itself is not illegal, but of course it gets a little bit tricky once you upload it to the internet. Like, will Miku or some gigantic overlord hunt you down for singing their precious, precious song? Like, what if you go to jail? Not really. It should be okay. But generally, though, it should be okay. For this video, however, we will be focusing on the lesson on YouTube. So most of this applies to sites like YouTube, SoundCloud, not really SoundCloud, but yeah, SoundCloud, Vimeo, TikTok, or even, you know, if you're brave. But those are my assumptions. And also my other assumption is that the instrumental that you are using is not yours. You didn't commission something custom. And also I'm going to be assuming that you are a weeb because you are watching me, a very funny purple VTuber. And also most of the lessons that I will be teaching you guys here only pertains to like Japanese DMCA and stuff like that. So, yay! Where do you obtain those extra 16 hours a day? We'll see. Well, either way. Anyway, getting to the meat of the topic. So technically, if you're using copyrighted material that you don't own, so in our case, an instrumental or an off vocal, you'll need permission from the copyright holder to use it, right? But it doesn't matter if you're not monetizing the video, and it also doesn't matter that other people are able to use that copyrighted material as well. So you've probably heard the term fair use being thrown around, you know, that if something is transformative, you know, it becomes fair use, therefore you got the legal right to use the copyrighted content you don't own, blah, 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 blah. Well, if only it was that easy, because the thing is, fair use is subjective. It can only be determined in court, and whether or not something is quote-unquote transformative or not is extremely subjective, and you are not guaranteed a get out of jail free card. And more pertinently to us, if you're covering anime or Japanese songs, the copyright for those songs exists in Japan, where fair use isn't even a thing there. Even so, we're still able to cover songs. Yay! So how, Rachie? How are you, ask? Well, this all comes down to what kind of song you're trying to cover and where you get the instrumental or the karaoke or off vocal or whatever you want to call it. So, with Vocaloid songs, usually the producer provides a license with the off vocals. Right, try to think. Before you download one of these karaoke tracks, if you've ever tried to, you usually have to agree to some kinds of like terms and conditions, right? Like the big wall of text here or there. Maybe there's a PDF in the folder. Maybe if you're on Piapro, they ask you to check a little box and then you see a little money sign and you're like, I don't know what this means, but I'm just gonna check it anyway so I can download stuff. You know, or maybe it's in the website, like in the Pokemiku download website. You usually have to agree to like some sort of terms and conditions before you do so. If I make the instrumental myself, am I safe? That's nah, depends as well. So 9 times out of 10, this permission is given by the copyright holder. So like the vocal OP or something, to let you cover their songs. And these terms often cover not using it for any kind of monetary gain, so no money, and among other things, you have to follow the terms that they set out. What if you can't read kanji? You can just use Google Translate, can you? Right click, use Google Translate. It's not technically a bad time, but when it comes to Japan, from what I've read, the copyright holder, if they don't like the way that you have interpreted their work, or let's say they don't like the fact that you have covered their song, they are allowed to take it down. So it's a little tricky. But regardless, most of the time, you don't really have to read most of these. Like, I don't think we read terms and conditions anyway when it comes to English as well. All you really need to know is that if you agree, usually with sites like this, if there is like a big wall of text beforehand and they're letting you download it, you're pretty much safe. But even if you have permission and the video manages to stay up, however, you're still not getting away with it scot-free, right? What was counted as unsuitable to the producer? I don't know. That's the whole thing about this. We don't know. We can't know. The only real way to be able to be sure is to ask the producer, but most of the time the producers won't reply. So I think it can be assumed, and I have been assuming for the last 13 years. Nothing has really happened to me this last 13 years of making covers. I use an instrumental that they provided. I can cover it, no problem. However, the only problem is that you will get copyright claimed. You'll get copyright claim. But this is not scary. Copyright claims are good, actually. It just means that YouTube is giving the revenue to the original copyright holder through YouTube magic. Yes, the other thing that this is called is content ID. So you get content ID'd. I think you've heard your favorite YouTuber probably saying that, you getting content ID'd. But for music, by a vocal OP, completely valid. Some people try to abuse it, but like 9 out of 10 times, at least these days. It wasn't the case like 8 years ago, but now it's fine. If it's either next tone or some other thing, like saying like, hey, we own this kind of stuff, the revenue will go to the vocal OP itself, then that's fine. All good. It just means you can't make money from it, which is okay. And not even that. Most of the time when I make stuff with an original instrumental, I get this fancy little sharing thing, which means they recognize that my thing is a cover and there's none of the stuff that is in my cover was made by the original artist, and that constitutes as like a legal cover, I suppose. It's just that you still have to do revenue sharing, and most of the time YouTube screws you over by giving you 33%. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. You don't need to know that right now. But regardless, the video stays up if you get copyright claim, and there's no it doesn't affect your channel standing at all. It's just that the money earned goes to the copyright holder, right? On the other hand, if you get a copyright strike, if you get a copyright takedown, that's the other word for it, that results in the video being taken down from the internet, usually at the behest of the copyright holders. So this is like worst case. This is like anime. Like anime, sometimes they do not like it when you guys make money off of their stuff. Sometimes they don't even like it if you cover anime songs. They don't like that some of the time. And so they'll take it down. And that's bad because sometimes your channel features get limited. Back in the day, if you got a strike, you couldn't post videos more than 15 minutes and you couldn't stream. So that's harder. And also, if you get 3 strikes, you're out, your channel's terminated, you can't make another YouTube channel again. So, knowing this, I'm sure you all have been asking on chat as well, how to check your work. How to check if your work will only result in a copyright claim. Well, fear not. For Japanese songs, at least, there is actually a very easy way to check. If the song exists either within the JazzRack or Nextstone databases, 2 of the biggest music license registration bodies in Japan, you are most likely safe. Oh, ad break. Okay, I will wait for the ad break. It's okay. I will answer questions. There goes the idea for Kawaki wa Ameku cover. Actually, for if you have seen other people do covers and it is not down, like it hasn't been taken down, you should be okay, to be honest. How is strike and claim decided? That is actually determined based on YouTube robots. So how it's decided is that usually when you submit anything, you're either like a big distributor, like let's say you're a distributor, or maybe your MCN. If you're just a YouTuber, they'll take your work and they'll enter it into YouTube's content ID system. So they'll be like, okay, I want to claim the visuals, anybody who uses the visuals, and I want to claim anybody who uses the music, let's say. And if YouTube scans through their whole database and finds that there's a new video using that, they will automatically content claim that. When it comes to content strike, it is a manual thing. They will not strike you unless they really don't like you. Or if it was 8 years ago, if you breathe, they would strike you, but it was okay now. Yeah. Ad done? All right. My idea is making mostly Kairiki Bear covers. Hopefully I can. Yes, you should be able to, because Kairiki Bear distributes the stuff over on Piapro, which should be okay. To be fair, I think the really easy way to know is if you can make a cover or not, and I'll cover this later, but is if somebody else has made a cover and it's not down, chances are you are very safe. Oh, Porfirio, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Oh, you have a great voice. Oh, thank you. I thought you said have a great day. Well, I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much. Okay, awesome. So if you look through JazzRack and Nextstone, basically, you can see whether or not you can whether or not you can cover something. It's basically a compulsory license. Technically, you don't have to obtain any kind of like permission. All that happens is that the money that your cover earns through AdSense is paid to the copyright owners through through JazzRack or Nextstone. If you go on the website, I think if you Google it, and then if you Google your song's name and then translate the page to English, you'll be able to figure it out. But let me see if I can actually demonstrate for you guys whether or not this is possible. Ooh. What about Akuno P Moti songs? Okay, I'm gonna go back to this so that people stop asking me this question. But essentially, if you get your instrumentals from Piapro and like if the vocal OP or the person in question is publicly distributing their stuff, then you are most likely safe. Also, if you see other people cover it, you are most likely safe. It is not like a person by person thing. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Sorry, I completely forgot to set this part of it up. I will see if I can do a window capture. Do 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 do. Ooh, okay. Sorry. Ugh. Can you guys see the browser? Yippee. I will do this here. Okay. So I will go here into the repertoire search. It's gonna be all in Japanese, but like essentially if you yes, if you translate this into English. Can you guys see this or is it too small? Here we go. There's the search screen. Yes. Can't read moon runes? I can't either. I'm too lazy. But essentially, if you go translate it to English, and then if you look at the title of the work, and like, let's say I'm looking for, I don't know, Crossing Field, Lisa. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Crossing Field from Sword Art Online by Lisa. And you look at the details, and then again, once more, you translate everything into English. Basically, you can see which rights are given, what you can do with these. So it looks like you're allowed to play it at concerts and stuff. You're allowed to duplicate it. But this is what we want to look for. We want to look for these things. And also, yeah, we want to look for these things, which is like broadcasting on delivery, music use on the internet. So this is haishin. This is like streams. You can use it on streams and stuff. Like, if everything is good, then you're good. You can do it. It's just that you can't earn any money through it most of the time. Well, all okay for an anime. I know, it's so crazy. Obviously, you still have to contact them for it. You still have to let them know. Like, you still have to pay some sort of license to them if you're doing it on like concerts and then BGM and stuff like that. But like, it's okay. But yeah, this is how you look for it. I hope that was easy to understand. It's super duper simple. Okay. One second. What's going on? This one. Sorry guys. My bad. Okay, there we go. You don't have to pay them. I was talking about concerts. YouTube does it. You don't have to pay anyone for anything. You're okay. Essentially, if you're making a cover on YouTube, you're safe. You're super safe. Like, the only thing that you have to look out for is... The only thing you have to look out for is a copyright strike. But even then, it goes away in like a few months as long as you don't cover that song again. You don't have to worry. Okay, so if the instrumental isn't on there, what do you do? That's a great question. Okay, I did the demonstration. Google it yourself. To be honest, yeah, if you don't know something, Google it yourself. To be very honest, if somebody's made a cover of it on YouTube, chances are that it's safe and you're totally okay. You don't have to license anything. Essentially, the TLDR from this is that if you make a cover on YouTube, you are fine. What about a second level of copyright? I can probably get to that later after we get to that. We're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover that, I promise. Oh no, did my thing come out? Am I being exposed for being old? How many of you actually know what this means? Can I have a show of hands? How many of you guys know what this means? How many of you guys just looked it up? This is my favorite thing to say to young kids. They don't know what it means. Why don't you Google it, guys? It's so funny. You got an ad for sparkling water as a side banner. Oh no. I haven't seen that in so long. I'm so sorry. My age just came out. My bad. My bad, my bad. Well, Googling it made me sad. It's a lost art, guys. I feel like it's less aggressive than giving you the just Google let me Google that for you website. Do you remember that? Do you remember that one? Let me Google that for you. I don't think it ever became mainstream as well. It's just stuck ever since because of that one Gakpo and Luca song. What if said song is covered in a snippet but not fully? Is it still safe to cover? Put it in the chat GPT for the new age. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm on YouTube. I can't say it. Okay, what if said song is covered in a snippet but not fully? Again, it goes back to permissions again. Okay, so we're talking about weeb covers, right? As long as your weeb song is either covered by other people and it's still up, or if the producer has has distributed the instrumental on the internet, then you should be okay. Okay, awesome. Are we good? Okay, so recap. Where are my fucking keys? I don't have any keys to jingle. Are you guys still listening? You guys are still listening, right? Okay. Answer me these 3 questions and I'll let you guys pass. Is making covers with the original instrumental okay? Depends. Maybe. Usually. Yes. It's pretty much safe as long as permission has been secured. Awesome. Okay. Pay attention. Pay attention. Next question. Where can these permissions be found if you want to look for it and be anal about it? Keys. Yes. Terms and conditions. Yes. Producer's website. Everywhere. The associated license database. Yes. Very true. Wherever the sound has been distributed from with Jazzrack and Nextone. Yeah. Last thing. Always follow the terms and conditions outlined by the copyright holder. That's not a question. But you should always read TNC. Especially now. As long as you can. Most of the time they give it to you. The thing is, right? When it comes to Piapro, most of the time they just like, no, like there's a sign that's like yen and then they just cross it out. Then you sort of just know, oh, I cannot monetize with this. Like, that's fine. May we request Subway Surfers on screen too? Oh no. Ah! I feel like I'm dying, but good job, chat. Yay! You did it. Yay! All right. One more thing, actually, before we move on from this into like the Q&A corner, keep in mind the copyright holder can take down your video anytime. So even if it's safe now, it's not safe forever, which is why some videos are only taken down later in their lifetime. And that's why most people urge you to ask for permission just to be safe. But most of the time, if it is a Vocaloid producer, they are like 100% more than happy to have you cover their stuff. They love their stuff. I promise. These Vocaloid producers love it when you cover their stuff. I can show you guys later that like they are more than willing to work with us, because I mean, how would I be able to make Metamorphose, my Deco Nina cover album, if I didn't have Deco's permission? Stay tuned for more. Anyway, shall we move on to the Q&A corner? This is the Q&A corner about the legal stuff asked in the... Okay, that didn't make sense. People have asked me a bunch of things on Marshmallow and on Google Forms. So, Ursula, hello, welcome. Deco is the goat. Keys. Oh, right, keys. Ah, here we go. This is from Marshmallow. When releasing a cover, how do you get it? Do not get copyright to show this is a cover and not steering the song. Wonderful question. Amazing. Yes. Clear. Little unclear, but it's clear. I got it. I got it in the end. It's fine. All right. So as we learned, you will get copyright claims, so the revenue will go to the original copywriter nonetheless. There's no distinction actually in the back end if it's a cover or not, if it uses the original instrumental, because what they are content IDing is the instrumental itself, not your vocals, not your trans lyrics, not anything like that. It's literally just the sound file that they are copywriting. And so they're going to claim it in full. And same with the video. If the vocal producers have enough to make a copyright claim on the video itself, you know, you should also be able to, like, it should also be claimed. But it's not going to be taken down. You are safe to use it. People adding like subtitles and stuff to Vocaloid videos is like no problem, no issue at all whatsoever. Oh, Indonesian internet. Are we good? Oh no. Oh no. Is it back? Guys, am I back yet? Hello? Hello? Ah, yay, we're back. Okay. You missed. Okay. I will restart this from the beginning. I'm so sorry. It's okay. So, you will get copyrighted regardless. The revenue will go to the original copyright holder because what they are content claiming is the sound file. It's not the trans lyrics, it's not your vocals, it's not anything like that, it's not the mix or whatever. It's literally just the sound file that you used. It can also be the visuals that you use, so they can also content ID the video that they uploaded it with, that you're adding subtitles to, but it's just a claim, so it's fine. Well, if you're but for the second part, how do you prove that you're not stealing the song? I think sometimes, and I'm sure you guys know this as well, YouTube can be really stupid. And sometimes they don't got any humans at the wheel. Sometimes they're monkeys. And they will accidentally flag cover channels as re-uploading content. In fact, that has happened to me twice. Because of the high amount of copyright claims there are. Your channel won't be suspended, but if you are in the partner program, you can kiss your monetization goodbye. Again, this has happened to me twice. Thankfully, you can repeal it in the system, and you can also tweet them on Twitter if they did not get it. Most of the time, just an email, and then some help from a friend who's still in a YouTube partner program or also in a multi-channel, help you out 100%. And if you also tag me in your post asking YouTube what's going on, I could probably help retweet it, as will everybody, because we struggle. Oh no. Oh no, is my internet back? Hello? Are we back? What did you guys miss? What did you guys miss? Oh no, we're so back again twice. Ah, my internet! One sec. Is dying. Is this on the Twitter side? By the way, guys, is this on the Twitch side or the YouTube side? Or is this just me? I think I'm getting censored by YouTube, guys. Just saying. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, we should be okay. Only Twitch? Ooh. YouTube is fine. YouTube has been perfectly fine for me. Oh, man. All right. My bad. What's going on? We're not dropping again, are we? Anyway, okay, let's move on. Can confirm only Twitch. All right. If anything happens, it wasn't me. I didn't do it myself. Okay, awesome. Anyway, what did I miss? What did you guys miss over on Twitch? I died from Scuff in 2023. I have been dying on Scuff forever. I'm so sorry. We do have the YouTube side of it if you guys, if Twitch isn't working right now. Ah, it has happened to me twice. Yeah. YouTube has... Oh my god. Please don't die on me. Okay. YouTube has taken away my monetization twice because it thinks that I'm re-uploading content. But when that happens, usually you can just email them and just be like, hey, I make my own stuff. Please get please get a human to look at it. And if not, you can go on Twitter and at them as well. Most of the time, everybody in the community will also help you out and just be like, what the hell, Twitter? Well, what the hell, YouTube? What the heck, YouTube? Because like most of the people there, most of the time, it's just robots doing it. But yeah, oh, are we dropping? No, we're not dropping. Okay. So anyway, if you guys tag me over on Twitter, if you guys are putting YouTube on blast, just let me know. I will help out. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This one is so cursed. This guy had a stroke and he's giving my internet a stroke as well. Anyway, next one. I have a question in regards to karaoke live streams. Is the reason they're often not archived simply because the streamer doesn't want them to be archived and prefers to either private or enlist them? Or would part of the reason that producers dislike their work being broadcast in an archive live stream without permission? My understanding is that for live streams, youtaite generally use Nikokara off vocal uploads from either YouTube or Nico Nico to sing to, which I assume is completely fair game to do. I just wonder if there's a larger reason for them to be rarely archived other than the streamer simply not wanting to archive them. I would really appreciate having this question cleared up, but even if it won't be answered, thank you for reading. Thank you for asking that question. That was a very, very long question. But I think I can answer that. So basically, the unarchiving live stream thing, I think started with corporate VTubers. Like, I didn't really see them before that, but I think it is to maximize the monetization. Oh no, it's gone again. Should I change my Twitch server? I can't really like change it now. I have to stop and start again, but maybe would that help? Would that help? Okay, everything is good. Just be on YouTube. Be on YouTube if you can't hear me. We missed out on corporate YouTubers. Sorry, corporate VTubers. Essentially, the person is asking like, why is it an issue with like copyright that people unarchive their stuff or not? And I think it's basically with corporate VTubers needing to maximize monetization on their channels. Like, corporos in Japan are so strict on permissions. IP is a very like delicate thing in Japan in general. Like, we have it pretty lax around here, like stateside, but in Japan it is very like, I have to ask for permission before I do this. I have to ask for permission before I do that, especially if you're a big corporation. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually had to secure permissions for every song a talent sung during a live stream beforehand. Also, if you pay attention, most karaoke live streams that stay up use fan-made or custom instrumentals, which are less likely to get taken down, and is something that we're going to cover in this episode as well. So, and you're right in saying that Nikokara, I think Nikokara off vocals are pretty fair game, like we discussed. But perms can also be really finicky, I guess, especially for corporate VTubers. So it's better safe than sorry. I think personally the other reason may lie mostly in streamers wanting more concurrent viewers by not archiving the stream for later playback. What do I know? I'm just the two of you. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. Ooh, ad break. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll chat a little bit while we're on ad break. What if I'm European? Well, IP usually only matters in the country that it is in, like that it is registered in. So most of the time that's why we like have to agree to some licenses and stuff. But it's also why sometimes they can't actually enforce stuff when you're outside of Japan. All you can really hope for when you ask for permissions and do other stuff is that you can build like a good relationship with people, right? Are the questions are sorted across categories, so most of the stuff I'm going to answer about this is going to be about copyright and stuff. Ad breaks let me chill sometimes. Ad breaks lets me chill. I'm not thinking that much. Anyway, are we done with the ads? Are we good? Are we good? Just checking, is there going to be a VOD of this? Yes, there's going to be a VOD. There's also going to be highlights. Tired of ads? Yes. Are you tired of ads? Consider subbing to your one and only hikichuuni idol, Rachie. Whoever that bitch is. Thank you, Kev. Free from ad jail. All right. Let's move on to the next question. How do you decide what song you want to cover? Ooh. Actually, I think this one accidentally strayed here. This one is for later. I will answer your question later. Regardless, I think I have one more question. Yes. Okay. How do you... This one's for Mimi. How do you mix an instrumental well enough for it not to get copyrighted? Is this something you can do yourself, or do I always have to get a mix commissioned? I thought this was a very fun question. I thought this was a very fun question to ask. I think you guys can probably answer this by now. What do you guys think? How do you mix an instrument well enough for it not to get copyrighted? Pray, you don't. Exactly. You don't. Because what gets copyrighted is the instrumental. So you don't have to commission a mix or whatever. It doesn't have anything to do. It doesn't have anything to do with having copyright or not. Don't? I think we don't. Mixing doesn't change anything. Regardless, you are still using the original sound source, so you will get copyrighted. And that's it for the legal portion of this. My brain is dead, but so many of you guys were asking questions about if it was legal or not, so I thought I might as well clear it up now. Hopefully you can get something funny from this, but if not, Ooh. Hello, are we back? Hello? Are we back? Oh dear. We back? Okay. Cause I'm looking at my internet right now, and I think the rain has messed it up. I think the rain is really bad and has messed it up. Oh dear. I think we're good. Okay, maybe we should move on now. I'm sadly looking at my networking stats. You're not wrong. If there's a very big stream delay, I suggest you guys refresh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, folks. Okay, awesome. Let's move on. Oh, actually, one more thing before we move on. How do you copyright your English covers and get them on different platforms like Spotify? That one is very fun to answer. So essentially, if you use an original instrumental, like a commissioned instrumental, you can actually upload it on Spotify. You can say, as long as it doesn't have anything that the original has, so like you can't use, let's say, Miku's ripped vocals from monitoring and slap it on your own instrumental, but you know the instrumental is completely original. It has to be like completely made from scratch. Then you can upload it on stuff like Spotify, and you have to upload it as a cover, so they will automatically do revenue splits to the original cover artist. Yeah, there you go. The instrumental being a rendition of the original master recording is what gets hit. Although I wouldn't be surprised if covers that use a new instrumental also get bopped sometimes. Yeah, my cover of Monitoring got bopped. So we shall see. The easiest way is to use a middleman like DistroKid. That actually, stuff like DistroKid is the only way to get your stuff uploaded on Spotify and stuff. So, there's that. Anyway, shall we move on? Let's move on to chapter 2. I am very sure you guys have been asking this. I don't remember. I have already blocked out the last 15 minutes. But where do we get instrumentals from? Oh my goodness. You get it from the internet. Duh. Anyway, sorry. I know I had like a script and stuff. Okay, now that you guys know that making a cover is pretty safe, where the hell do you get these gosh darn instrumentals? Anyway, here's the rundown. So, for a lot of Vocaloid or VTuber stuff, most of the time, you can find them in either the YouTube or the NND description. So that is down, that's like at the bottom left for each of these screenshots that you see. And most of the time, they will point you to a file sharing site. Here are the common ones. There's Piapro. So this one is owned by Krypton Future Media. If anything is on Piapro, you are basically like good to go. Like they handle all of like the terms and conditions. You can basically cover anything there. You just can't make money from it. There's also file hosting sites. So common ones are like Gigafile, File Storage. Deco used to upload on Fire Storage actually before he moved over to Otoiro. So like Mosoze, Dokusenyoku, anything from the Continue era is all on Fire Storage, which is really interesting. And then also, fun fact about Deco, because I can't help but like shill out my man. Before Continue, I think anything before the Continue and the Ghost Continue before that, basically, Deco completely wiped from like the surface of the earth. I think it's because he joined UMA, but I'm not so sure. But yeah, there are no instrumentals for very early Deco Nina songs. So like Nisoku Hoko, give me other ones, Mosaic Roll, everything like Dummy Dummy, they just don't exist anymore. So it's crazy. Snail Mail mentioned, yeah, Snail Mail. Anyway, so it really helps obviously it really helps if you can read Japanese or like infer information from like a Google translated Japanese site, especially if you'll be seeing terms like karaoke, off vocal. Like these are like the useful terms to control F. There's off, there's inst, karaoke, -1, and then the other ones are in Japanese: off, insto, karaoke, or oke and ongen. So there's those. Most of the time, if you control F on the site for like any of these, you will be able to find it. My man, what about Markiplier? He's my husband. He's not my man. He's my husband. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, otherwise, if you really can't find like what you're looking for, you can ask the producer nicely and politely if you know their socials. Just like a simple like, hello, can I cover the song? Can I please have the instrumental? Like, it's good enough. Just don't spam them. You know, don't ask for anything stupid. Like, I don't know, like removing or adding instrumentals from the karaoke, especially if they seem busy. Totally didn't happen between me and Michi M in 2013. He was very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. He was just like, I have uploaded here for you. And I'm like, thank you, I owe you my life. You can't, yeah, you shouldn't do anything stupid. But yeah, you know, producers can be really nice. Sometimes it ends up really, really well. Like for my second album, Metamorphose, by the way, which is on sale right now, I asked permission from Deco to use some of his instrumentals, and he actually sent over the unmastered tracks. Specifically, specifically his team was just like, where did you get the instrumentals from? And I was just like, from the file hosting sites. And then he was like, I'm just gonna give you the unmastered ones. So he's a very real one. This is from the team. They were like, we'll provide the original instrumental master recordings for my cover album. So I have them! I'm never gonna give them out, obviously, but I love listening to them. Sorry. Unmastered tracks are better for mixing and everything. So like, that was very considerate of them. Love them. Very, very sweet. Thank you, Deco team. Buy the album. Anyway, last most. Fan-made instrumentals are a very great way to get them too. So obviously there's free options. Like with Yoasobi songs, they don't give out the instrumental a lot. So most of the time you can find like karaoke's and stuff on YouTube that you can use fan-made recreated instrumentals and things like that. Very, very nice. And some of them are super duper high quality. But of course, you could also do paid options like Jonathan King. Like he does stuff on Patreon. I think if you pay like $20 a month for at least a month, you can use any of the instrumentals that he puts out on his Patreon. So it's a really good deal, especially for people like me that sometimes just need something a little bit more high quality to put on Spotify. So there's that. Be warned though, sometimes the best fan-made instrumentals on YouTube do not have a download link. When that happens, move on. Cry after crying inside, but move on. If you try ripping them from YouTube, number one, illegal. Number two, sounds really bad. But if you're just practicing, I guess that's okay. Anyway. How about karaoke or instrumental tracks from CDs, Rachie? What can I do with them? Great question. The answer is... You're paying attention, right? You're paying attention, right? Come on, guys. Yep, but check Just Rack, next tone. If they say that it's safe for streaming or delivery, you should be able to get away with just a little copyright claim. So that's fine. Eh? YouTube ended the stream? Did it? Doesn't look like it. Sounds like a you issue, bro. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to be mean. Okay, still going. Awesome. So that is that. Okay, awesome. So, recap. Where can you find original instrumentals? Where? YouTube and Patreon. Close. You can find them Fiverr. Yes, you can also find them on Fiverr actually, but it's not $5. Sometimes they run 200. Anyway, YouTube, Patreon, descriptions, file hosting sites, Piapro, all of that. Yes, good job, guys. Yay! Okay. Next one. What are some keywords that you can look for? What are some keywords that you can search up? Gimme. Karaoke! That's one! Yeah! What else? Inst! Off vocal! Ongen! Yes! Great! Yay! It's true! Wow! Nice! Good job, guys! Last one! Who was nice enough to re-render their instrumental without background vocals for me in 2013 if you were paying attention? Michiem! Yay! We love him. Please follow Michiem. Such a sweet guy. The GOAT. Seriously. The GOAT. We love Michiem in this household. Alright. Let's talk instrumentals. Let's see. Q&A. What's it like collaborating with other artists on works? Also, how difficult is the process of creating your own instrumental versus getting permission to use the original instrumental? Main inspiration is the Mesmerizer cover, which took longer than expected to hit streaming service. That was due to the official title. Thank you. Wow. Wait, what song was it for? Oh, it was for Freely Tomorrow. It was for Freely Tomorrow. Michiem is great. We love him. Anyway, back to the question. Thank you for asking me a question. What am I supposed to... Let me think. What am I supposed to say? Collaborating is very fun. I love making stuff with people. I just can't for the life of me organize my life enough to do something consistently because I... Oh no. Oh no. Please come back. Okay, are we back on YouTube? Are we good? Because it does not say that we are good on Twitch. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going anyway. Twitch should be back at any second. Either way, collaboration is fun. I love making stuff with people. I just do this like part-time, right? I'm not like Will Stetson. I don't do this full-time. I literally, this is just my little side hobby. So I don't know. Oh, and it died again on Twitch. It's okay. Why does this always happen whenever I plan an instrumental? Whenever I plan a stream, this always happens. So fun. Oh dear. Hello, are we back? It looks like we're back. Okay. Might be the stream settings, but I don't have my stream settings on anything too crazy. And I've been doing this for like years at this point. Same settings. Anyway, I will try to answer this question again. I feel like every time I bring up Will, it crashes, but it's okay. So commission somebody for a custom instrumental can be pretty simple or hard depending on who you ask. The only consistent thing is probably that you will need to shell out a lot of money. It can start from like 220, 200. It could be like 800. It's really not cheap, especially considering that a lot of these people like put so... I've heard it described by my friends as one of the most unrewarding things that they can do. Because people don't want to pay a lot for it. But at the same time, like... a lot of songs are made out of love and they have so many different textures and little details that like make the song work, but they're not necessarily the easiest thing to pick out. So there's that. It's not cheap, so I'm always grateful to like my patrons who have always supported me ever since college to do what I can do with original instrumentals, because like a cover itself can be pretty expensive, especially like videos of my quality. I think usually I think it's like in the mid, like it's like in the I wouldn't really say 1500s range. I mean, if I do like custom art, custom video, and custom instrumental, then most of the time it'll be like, yeah, 1500-ish per cover. So it's not like the cheapest thing. But I did not keep doing it regardless of how expensive it was. Yeah, that's not considering like an original song or something, which can start at like $3,000 just for the song alone. So there's that. Please support your local content creators whenever they make a song, because that shit is expensive. But anyway, for permission to use the original instrumental for Mesmerizer, because me and Will made the official English cover for Mesmerizer, partly because I think so. How it started was that me and Will really wanted to make a cover of Mesmerizer as like a chill thing. We didn't even want to make an original video at first, but then Will was like, oh, the song's taking off, but I don't think I know anybody who can make the original, who can recreate this instrumental to the degree that it is. And so instead of going like, oh, I'm just not gonna make money on it, Will Stetson turns around and goes like, okay, I'm gonna make this the official English cover. Which I'm just like, okay, white boy, go, cool. So he contacted Satsuki directly and then made that deal directly with him. So when you listen to our cover, he gets a bunch of money, like Satsuki gets a bunch of money as well. So which is a good thing. But because of that, we were also able to distribute the song using the original instrumental. That's obviously what I did with Metamorphose as well, like I said, and that's also why I was able to use the original instrumental for Otome Kaibo, Aikotoba 3, Aikotoba 4, Psychogram, and Parasite. Thank you, Otohiro. But yeah. it was easy for me to grow the channel and get to where I am. But the older I got, the more I realized that my tastes have gone a completely different direction. I like the stuff that I like, and the general public likes the stuff that they like, and it just happens to be that more younger cover artists like the stuff that they like, that like the things that are more popular. So there's that. What was I answering again? Oh yeah. If you happen to just always hit on that, be consistent with what you have, then you can do it full time, no problem. I think most of the money, to be honest, is made in Spotify and streaming. So if you have enough capital to be able to make custom instrumentals all the time for the songs, and then people want to listen to your covers, then you can do it full time, no problem. But for somebody like me that has a full-time job, doing this full time as well is just not. Oh, it's exhausting. Remember, when it comes to being a cover artist like me, you're not only singing, right, chat? You're doing like all the project manager stuff as well. You're finding artists to work with. You're finding animators to work with. You're figuring out what the scope of the project is, how much it's gonna cost. You're finding somebody to do the instrumental. You might also consider like reaching out to the producer to make this in like an official English cover. You're also thinking like, okay, if I make this, do I have time like or money to make the next cover as well? Like, do I take on like, and especially like these days, a lot of gacha games are reaching out to people to sponsor cover artists in making covers of their songs. So if you take one of those, do you have time to make other things as well? So it's a lot. It's like owning a business, and I already own a business and I don't want to own another one. My favorite Deco song is Poison Apple, so I get what it's like to have objectively shit taste. Oh my god! Oh my god! Alright! Oof! Let's move on. Anyway, so the next one. So now that you've gotten your instrumentals, you have checked your permissions, it's time to sing. But wait, you can't reach the high notes? It doesn't sound good when you sing it? What are we talking about now? That's right, it is the singing chapter. Yay! I think some of this stuff is based off of my experience. Everything is based off of my experience because I'm the most important person in the world. But also, I think this section is mostly just gonna be me talking about stuff, and then you guys can just ask stuff because I don't have a lot of very technical info on this, but I will try to explain the stuff that I can, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah. So let's break it down. Lots of things to consider. Can't sing. This is where we skip to chapter 4 fixing stuff. I can't sing a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, lots of things to consider. I'm not gonna be talking about recording, I think, today. I'm just gonna be talking about like prepping to sing, I think, prepping to record. So practicing beforehand, because you guys need to practice. So we'll talk about the basics. Wait, I'm expected to sing. Oh no! Okay, awesome. I will be talking about this and then we can answer questions after this. So lots of things to consider. We'll be talking about warming up, all the basics, you know, of singing, warming up, your technique. We're not going to be talking about those, actually. Sorry. One second. Let me just restart. So here are some things to consider when it comes to prepping for your cover. Okay, there we go. We have the basics, right? There's warming up, there's technique, there's working on your voice as well, and working with your voice and not against it, which also means choosing a key that sounds good, picking the right tone to sing in, making the song fit you, and then also finding the right song. And then after you've done the basics, you want to try to get familiar with your digital audio workstation, which is like your program, your recording program, your singing program, whatever you want to call it. We shall call it the DAW because that is what most professional people call it. After that, you'll also want to practice and practice and practice until you can do it. And then lastly, the other component that you need is to have confidence. You have to have confidence, because if you don't have confidence, everyone's gonna hate you. I'm joking. But also, if you don't believe in yourself, it's gonna be very difficult for other people to believe in you too. So these are the things I am qualified to talk about. I'm very qualified to talk about my experiences in working with your voice and not against it. I also can talk about how to practice, the most effective way to practice, and also self-esteem. We'll get to that. I guess everyone hates me then. Thanks, Rach. Yeah, fuck you. No, I'm joking. It's okay. I'm president of my own hate club. So, you might be asking, right? Why do you always sound so good at singing songs, Rachie? First of all, you guys are so nice. Flattery will get you everywhere, chat. But anyway, so here's the secret. I don't sound good while singing everything. I am just very good at making songs sound good for my voice. We all have our limitations, right? It's just up to us how we utilize it. I can't reach all the notes, but I can reach the notes that I can reach really well. So a lot of my covers have been pitched. Like Secret, I think the key is minus like 3 under the original key. So the original key is usually like 0, and then so I sing minus 3 or plus 3 for Secret, and then Unexpected Storm was like minus 1, Irony was minus 2. Like even during, like, I know these are all like older, but like for Metamorphose 2, Android Girl I think was minus 1. That's why we had to make a new instrumental, and Undead Alice was also like pitched down. So pitch shifting is awesome. It's like clothes. It's like clothes. Sometimes clothes fit you right out of the box, but it would fit better if you tailored it, right? So there's a few ways to do it. You can do it on your browser. So look at the left. There's a plugin in Chrome and I think on Firefox called Transpose. And with Transpose, you can install it and you can use it to transpose YouTube videos or any other thing on your screen up and down right from within your browser. So this is what I use during karaoke streams to pitch things up and down. It's great for testing on the go. The up and down, like do you see there's like a 0 next to the next to transpose? So that's the key. Bringing it up raises the key and bringing it down lowers the key. Yeah, get this extension real quick. I am not liable if this suddenly turns out to be a virus. I just use it. I'm like not sponsored by them either. I just use it because they're great. And it's really easy for me to be able to nightcore stuff on the go as well. The other thing that you can do is that you can also just do it in your DAW while you're trying to like record. Usually I don't even bother with the transpose on browser, mostly because I never practice. No, I can't say that. I practice all the time actually, but I'm pretty spontaneous when it comes to like when I want to record, and so I don't really know what key sounds best. Like, yeah, maybe the original key sounds good, but maybe -2 sounds great. And I won't know that until I'm in the DAW recording the chorus, recording the highest pitch, and being like, maybe this doesn't sound too good. So there's that. Meme aside, holy, I had no idea you could get a browser extension to easily transpose audio. It's really good. What DAW do you use? I use Reaper because Reaper is free. It's free in the way that WinRAR is free. You can pay for it if you want, but if you don't, it is always free. Reaper is the GOAT. The other one that I use is Audacity, but I think Audacity is a little user unfriendly, especially now that there's a lot of things like just learn how to use Reaper. I think when it comes to the free ones, they're obviously like a little bit more complicated to use than something like Logic or Pro Tools or Cakewalk or Ableton. I don't even know what other people use. FL Studio. as well. But like once you learn how to use them, they're super duper powerful. Reaper is the goat. Melodyne is $500. Do not get it unless you are really serious about tuning and timing. I really do not suggest getting it. Audacity is not too complicated. To be honest, if we have time, I can definitely demonstrate on how to record things. But yeah, it is not the best. I just use it for voice memos and then voice packs and things like that. And then most of the time, if I'm editing, then I'll move it over to like Reaper and stuff like that. They are working on a whole new UI for Audacity too, so I'm looking forward to that. But don't bother with the expensive ones. Honestly, unless you get a free trial of them, I don't think it's really worth spending money to get those kinds of things. I really think that Reaper is great because I have a Mac and I have a PC, and so I record on my Windows most of the time, and then I edit in my Mac, and so it's nice to just have one program that I don't like. I can just use it on the go. Like I have the same plugins on both of them, and it's great. How about BandLab? I don't know anything about BandLab. I really don't. I'm pretty old school. I use stuff on the PC, but I do know that some people use GarageBand for their iPhones, and like that works as well. I think what really matters when it comes to recording on your phone or your iPad is that your vocals don't look like all over the place. Like they're not peaking. So there's this thing when it comes to recording called peaking, and I can talk about this later, but this is like way beyond the scope of our lesson today. But when it peaks, basically you're losing a lot of frequencies because it's too loud. So like it sort of sounds like this. Like it's really like crackly and grainy, and you don't want that. So most of the time what you want to try to do is try to go to a very quiet room, and then you want to record where you are like not too far but not too close. Yeah. Androids in general are not meant for music, unfortunately, but you can get like honestly, let me think. My first covers were recorded on a headphone mic. I should talk like that for the rest of the stream. Oh, you'd really like that, wouldn't you, Rookie? I got the point across. That was the same with me jingling my keys. I can't believe swallowing the mic isn't the way to go. Actually, when you have like a professional mic as well, you want to record at least like a hand span away. Like a finger span, like from your thumb to your, like when you're holding your hand out like a 5, like you wanna have it that much away. But anyway, sorry, we are going too far. We're going too over the scope of work. But anyway, so this is how you basically play around with the pitches and stuff like that. So my friends looked at this slide, and he was just like, you really need to have like a pointer or something. So I will see what I can do. Let me try to grab something small that I can use here. There we go. We'll use her. All right. So look at this. All right. So general rule of thumb, if you put generally, if you operate on a lower register, so let's say we have generic male sounding dude over here, right? And you want to sing a song that's more comfortable for a higher voice type. Like let's take Eyesight Test or Shiryoku Genza from 40MP. Usually you would bring it up +5 because that's just a general like rule that I've found works for most things. Not always, but this is something that has worked in general, and like vice versa. If you are of a higher register and you want to sing something of a lower key, like let's say Moe Chaka Fire or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other guy voices. I don't listen to songs sung by men. I don't know. Anyway, -5 works for you. Yeah, but you can play around with it. But obviously, like when you're recording stuff, sometimes you just can't push it. I think you guys have tried to do this, especially if you're like playing around with the transpose plugin right now. The more that you push it, the more distorted it is, right? When it comes to pitching stuff up and down. So how far can we push it? My general experience tells me that +3 and -3 is probably the limit. but it's very subjective. It is not a hard limit. Some things sound better, some things don't. And if that fails, some producers provide alternate keys, like Harumaki Gohan. He always provides alternate keys. I love him. Like this one, the third heart, he gives one like that's +2 and -2. So you can even go like +5, -4. Like you can even push it to like a +5 or like something from what? Just based on like the alternate stuff. Like recently, Giga released that song, right? Play. With Miku, but also with Rib, and Rib released his instrumental, thank God. But I think it was + and -5 if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. That is, these are my general rules of thumb when it comes to finding a key that you can sing in. I mean, sometimes you just want to sing it +5, -5 anyway, and like even if the instrumental sounds shitty, you can still make it work. You really can, right? It doesn't matter in the end. As long as, I think technology has improved to the point where it should be okay if you aren't listening too closely. All right, that should be okay. I'm sorry to use gender terms, by the way. I am a little old and I don't really know the most, like, the best terminology for it. Higher register, lower register, essentially, things like that. +5 vs the power of technology and willpower. If there is a will, there is a way. Anyway. Miss Rachie, I have a question for Pokemiku songs. I went to download the off vocal for, and it says I can only access it from Japan. Am I cooked? You can use a VPN. There are ways to get around it. But anyway, so song pitch too high, just learn whistle, register. Easy, 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 easy. I'm using the transpose extension on stream and it's very funny. So if I pitch my voice up here, what does it sound like? Anyway, we'll move on from there. But essentially, oh my god, Rachie, I've done everything, but I still sound bad. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss, but sometimes, even if you pitch up and down an instrumental, sometimes there's just something missing, that little extra sauce that you just need, right? It feels like something is missing. What is that? What is that? I wonder, could it be, have you even practiced? Maybe you should practice. Maybe you should practice. Perhaps you should practice. Just get good, losers. Not really. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. But also, you really need to practice, okay? You need to practice singing the song. Nobody comes out of the womb singing like the Mona Lisa. Oh, you can't hear me, can you? I feel like a mom right now. You need to practice, okay? None of us come out of the womb singing like the fucking Mona Lisa, right? And even if we can nail all the notes on the first try, there's always something that you can do better, right? What separates a good cover from a great cover? That is very subjective and something only you can reach inside and find after 40 hours of practice per day. Or yeah, just be like me and just be a recording artist. Just like split things up. You don't even have to be able to sing something all the way through. As long as you can sing note per note, it should be fine. Anyway, I don't really know how other people do it, but this is what has worked for me, and this is what I dub the Rachie method. Number 1, scream into the mic. Do a test recording. Usually I do this to get a feel of the song and see where I struggle with. So let's say I'm singing like, I'm singing monitoring. I go like, like I listen to myself singing that and I'm like, oh, I don't like I don't like the tone that I used. And so I go, like, it's monitoring yourself. It's monitoring yourself, singing monitoring, which is about monitoring Markiplier. So yeah, I'll usually spend like an hour like in the studio, I think, playing around with my voice. I'm thinking when I do these like monitoring, when I monitor myself singing, essentially I'm like, oh, what do I like? What am I struggling with? What don't I like? Oh my God, Hui, thank you so much for the gift subs. Oh my God, thank you. Oh, sorry. I'm always monitoring what I like, what I don't like, you know, the kind of tone that I should adapt, or like little flares that I like and what I don't like. So like the last chorus of any song, usually people go crazy, right? They can add all sorts of things in there. And usually in the test recording, that's when I'm experimenting the most and being creative, going like, shake, shake, kind of sign, no, whatever. I'll like change around. Test recording is also when I realized that I was like, huh, I think I could go even higher for rabbit hole. So that's usually where most ideas come from. I'm usually messing around. I'm messing around with my tone of voice. I'm messing around here. Maybe I can show you guys something I was messing around with. What's the deepest voice you can do? I actually have no idea. Right now it's that. It's whatever that is. Whatever. So I was messing around with a song by Mr. Miolophone. That's Mr. Miolophone called Summer Song, and this is just me messing around with the recording. Wait, let me see if you guys can hear this. Holding my guts in on the floor of the bathroom. I'm vomiting after it's coming up dry. So there's that, and then this is me also messing around with it. Holding my guts in on the floor of the bath. Like I'll be messy. I'll just go wild when it comes to just, you know, listening to stuff. Was it recording stuff? So it's just funny. It's just funny. You just be a goober. You really do just mess around. Sometimes you get the best ideas from messing around, so it's so real. And then in the same recording session, I was testing. Don't linger any longer. Tell me the truth, I don't mind. That's really just a lie. The sweetness that I hide behind is freaking. Nothing is fair in this contract. I knew it from the start. I was like testing tones, so there was that one. And then this is the other one. Longer. Tell me the truth, I don't mind. That's really just a lie. The sweetness that I hide behind is freaking. Like I was just testing out tones during that recording session as well. So that's something you do. That's something you can do. Sometimes, most of the time though, a lot of it is also dedicated to, especially since I write my own trans lyrics, I'm also messing around with like, oh, what sounds better in my mouth? What flows better? Do I have to correct things here? And I think that's like the beauty when it comes to trans lyrics. Very fun. Can we get a silly rachie playlist? Maybe I should release a playlist with songs from all like deleted takes. Yeah. The idea with the test recording, yes, going back to that, very true. Yoshi and also Illusory Plum, very true. Don't be afraid to sound silly because nobody's gonna listen to that except you. And now you guys have also listened to my like silly stuff. Very, very fun. Like I have so many outtakes for Dai 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 Kirai as well. Like it took me so long to get like the actual like and then I got to, because I sounded so fucking stupid most of the time, but it was very fun and I managed to record it very well. I don't know how people notice the subtle differences of incredible singers. That's the thing, guys. They don't. It's very subjective. Actually, what I think is good singing, right? Objectively, all that there is in good singing is that if you are in pitch and on time, as long as you have that, everything else is subjective. Like the only reason I'm not happy with it is because I know that maybe I can be better than that. But other than that, you're free to do whatever you want. I fucking hate my voice most of the time, okay? Like it just doesn't like doesn't matter. So if somebody doesn't like your voice and you think you're already doing good, you're not the problem. That's it. Anyway, so that's what the point of a test recording is. Other than that, after I do the test recording, I know what I want, I know what I don't want. I will literally be singing everywhere, anywhere, all day, every day, shower, work, bathroom, toilet, lift, in the car, in the mall, while I'm while I'm drinking water. Sewer. There. Do instrumentals and a cappella songs make the voice sound different? Do instrumentals cover mistakes or something? No. No, they don't. But you know what can cover mistakes? Harmonies. Harmonies and layers. Those can cover your mistakes. And even then, sometimes they amplify it. So buyer beware. There's no like one size fits all when it comes to these things. But yeah, my tip when it comes to singing everywhere is that nobody cares what you think. In fact, nobody fucking cares about you. Before I went on the stream, I was with one of my friends, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so scared. What if I like mess up? What if people don't understand what the hell I'm talking about? What if like I do bad? And he was just like, no one cares. I'm just like, that's even worse. But he's like, look, nobody cares if you do well or not. It's just you. You're just there to have a good time. Like, no one cares. And I was like, huh. Suicide postponed? Anyway, either way, they don't care. Just sing. I know it's like easier said than done, but like, nobody likes the sound of their own voice. And if you're too shy to sing, you're never going to be able to get the chance to practice. And if you can't practice, you're going to be forever asking me, how do I sing, Rachie? And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like 27,000 years old at this point. Like, I'm not going to be around for much longer to answer these questions. I hope that I have taught you enough today so that you guys can fly free from the nest, but I'm just hoping, like, these covers. Okay, that's too dark. I'm just going to move on. Anyway, singing Q&A! Yay! Yay! Anyway, this is from Anonymous. Hi, so I don't have a lot of privacy at home, so I was wondering, is there a sort of way to sing without parents hearing it? Maybe singing quietly and making the recording louder? Thank you in advance. Okay, so when it comes to like, you can sing quietly. You could sing quietly, but it's also going to end up sounding quiet in the recording. So there is a difference between singing like, let me think. What's a song? Give me a song. Like, ありだけの思いはこれだけの言葉に. There's like a difference between that, turning it loud, and just going, ありだけの思いはこれだけの言葉. You know, like, it's a difference in the power, in your voice, in your delivery. Therefore, you cannot sing quietly and make the recording louder. You just have to be able to sing loud. Now, if you don't have a lot of privacy at home and you need an easy way to soundproof wherever you are, go inside your closet and sing from there. I kid you not, when I was in university in my apartment, my recording booth, if it wasn't in the music, if I didn't get access to one of the music rooms in the music building, it was literally in my closet. I put my mic and my laptop inside my closet that was full of clothes hanging, that had a carpet below. The doors were all like soundproofed with foam and everything, so there wouldn't be any reflections, and I just fucking sang into the mic. Of course, I also had like a pop filter, but that's like a different thing. But anyway, yeah. Closets go anywhere that's like super quiet, that has lots of thick, like maybe you have like a storage room that has a bunch of luggages, or like somewhere you can drape blankets over to make it as soundproof as possible. Or if all else fails, if you're in university or you are sort of like more independent and on your own, you can find places that have like music studios to rent, or like music rooms, music practice rooms, piano rooms. Those are things that you can go look for to see if you can find any space for recording. If I hate my neighbors, can I scream and then turn it down in post? Yes. Damn, are you okay? Yes. A closet is definitely enough for anybody. Now, whether how you process it or not, that's for later. But essentially, as long as as long as it's not muffled and then it's not peaking, you have pretty much a good recording. So there's that. Did you ever do choir in school? Yeah. I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I blocked out most of my memories of schools. Yes. Get black in the closet, Rachie, probably. No, not that closet. Be free to come out, but also get back in the closet and record. Where else did I used to record? If somebody walks in as you come out, they may think you're gay now. Oh no! It's a very heavily veiled metaphor for how deep does that mean all cover artists are gay? Oh no! A big one. Libraries have small soundproof studios. Oh, I didn't know public libraries has that. Yes, support your local public library. Use the small soundproof studios. Oh my god, that's amazing. I did not know that, but thank you so much, Nerd Behind Computer. You certainly live up to your name. Anyway, this one's about equipment. What type of equipment would you suggest for somebody starting out? For example, what microphone would you recommend? That's from Ghost Lily. This one's from Sam. What do, in your opinion, believe is the minimum for making a good cover equipment-wise? Also, thanks for taking the time to read this. Thank you for taking the time to question. To question me. Question this. Question me? I'm questioning life. All right. Sorry, I spaced out. It's like near my bedtime, guys. One sec. Okay, what equipment? Okay, when you're starting out, right? When it comes to starting out, I genuinely believe that you don't need any good equipment. In fact, I believe, right? And listen to me here, that having good equipment when you're starting out is actually a detriment to your progress in the community. Like, it is inversely proportional to the amount of like progress you might be making in the community. Why are we talking about me Pride model? I came out in Pride last year, guys. I'm fine. When it comes to starting out, you guys want to know what I started out with? I started out with Beats headphone mic and just like a shitty like hand-me-down MacBook plus Audacity. In fact, it wasn't even Audacity. It was GarageBand. It was GarageBand because I had a shitty mic. Because I had a shitty Mac. And I recorded so many covers on that thing until it exploded. And also, actually, until one of my really good friends from a forum that's already dead. I don't know if you guys know what forums are. But from a website that's already dead. She actually liked my voice and my covers so much that I posted on the forums before YouTube, by the way, that she actually sent me her old Samsung C01U USB mic for me to use. And she's just like, yeah, I'm not using this anymore. I'm just going to send it over to you. So what is the moral of the story there? Always make friends. Always make friends. And like start out however you want. No, sorry. That wasn't the moral of the story. No. Moving on. But yeah, the $5 that I spent with that, like the making music, I think with what I had really pushed me to, you know, improve on my mic quality and whatever, and really take the time to research what I want. That was like for myself and for what I needed before I actually got in. And I think it really helped me with like understand things a little bit more, you know, about the creative process, about like, oh, what do I need to basically, you know, turn my song covers from this to this, because I already have a baseline basically to show people like, okay, my mic is like this, how do I get it to that? And they're just like, oh, you should upgrade to this and this and this. So there's that as well. But I think, right, when it comes to hobbies and stuff, you're not necessarily gonna stick with it, right? Even if you start it, there's no guarantee that you will stick to whatever it was that you were doing just because you get the equipment. And that's why I'm so loath to recommend to recommend equipment to people who, number one, don't even know if they want to do this like as a hobby, and number two, haven't even started yet. So there's that. Yeah, you don't need a Shure, you don't need a Newman. I think really, if you really want to get a USB mic, you should do your own research. I started with the Samson Meteor, but I think there are a lot more other mics these days that are good. Like you can get other stuff from Elgato, you can get stuff from Yeti, I think, from Blue Yeti, I think is like the standard for a lot of people, even though I really wouldn't recommend that for singing because it has insane amount of highs on it. And of course, the other thing when it comes to equipment is that your voice type will also affect the kind of equipment that you're going to get. And also where you're recording is also going to affect the kind of sound that you're going to get from it. So I really suggest you guys do your own research because there is no one size fits all. All that I can really tell you is that getting a USB mic is good enough to start. If you know that you're going to do this as a hobby, getting a USB mic is a great way to start. Blue has a few, but I'm not impressed by the Blue Yeti or Snowball. I'm also not really impressed by them. There are a lot of good mics under maybe $200 though these days. Shure's cheap options are great in every recording room. Yeah. If you can go into a physical, like a B&H or something, then that would be great. But other than that, I think if you just get something off of Amazon from Shure or something, then you're fine. But again, don't get stuff unless you're really prepared to do this for, I don't want to say the rest of your life, but like a good chunk, like a good 3 to 5 years. The SM58 is the go-to standard for live vocal mics too. Yeah, that's very true. Personally, I don't have any experience with dynamic mics. I have used a condenser mic ever since I switched from a Yeti. I've only ever been using condenser mics, so I have no experience with dynamic mics. But I hear that this SM58 and this SM57 are pretty good. Audio Technica, I think, is good and all right, but I know a lot of my mixer friends really hate mixing the AT2020 USB. So, how do you find a good recording room again? Just go somewhere where sound doesn't echo off. You can go to a small space. Make sure that there's no noise or anything. Like lots of clothes, like a closet, or maybe like a storage room with a bunch of luggages and stuff. That's good. The AT2020 USB has a terrible noise floor. It is usable, but yeah, I don't know about that. You can still use it. I just would not recommend it if you don't have anything. If you already have it, then that's great. But if you don't have it yet and you're thinking of getting something else, I suggest you get something else. You don't need to start with real soundproofing materials. Yeah, even to this day, I still use blankets, and I use very cloth luggages, like the luggages with fabric. I still use that. When I was a kid, actually, when I was starting out on YouTube, I literally just, oh my fucking god, I literally just sang into my sofa. I would put my laptop on a sofa, I would put my mic next to it, and then I would just sing into it. And then I would just let my mixer deal with whatever reverb was going on there. So there was that. It's silly. And I wouldn't recommend somebody have to go through any kind of struggles to go through it. But I think that if you work for your hobby, then it's going to pay off even more in the long run. So there's that. Anyway, that's it for the equipment talk. I think that should be okay. Your phone is also an okay mic to start. It's just you have to know how to record on it. So I really suggest going on YouTube to just look up videos on how to record properly into your mic. There's just that. Yeah. There's no advice that I can give you that some random person on YouTube can't explain better than me. I think the hardest part is trying to monitor yourself live for cheap. I just use headphones, man. Like when it comes to monitoring yourself as well, like a lot of these programs will also have like a live monitoring feature where you can like turn it on and turn it off, like aside, like along with your recording. So if you want to listen to yourself in your headphones, you can. If you don't want to listen to yourself in your headphones, you don't have to. So there's that. And headphones are just the way to go. Monitoring what? Stop! Yes, everything is a monitoring reference! Alright, we'll move on. Okay, this one is from Stella. I've heard that most people don't like the sound of their own voice, but how can you tell if you don't like how you sound or if you actually sound bad? Oh, I think I actually already answered this one. But here's my little secret. No one likes the way that they sound. Nobody, including me. I don't like the way that I sound, okay? Like, that's something that you just have to fake it till you make it sort of deal. For me, the reason that I also put my voice out there is number one, it's not that I like my voice or like I think I sing better. It's that I think I have something like to contribute, and that's my trans lyrics. That's why you don't see me cover a lot of covers, just to cover a lot of songs just straight up. It's because I really don't think my voice is all that special, but I do think my trans lyrics are okay, and that's why I put my covers out in the world. The only real thing that sets bad singing apart from good singing objectively is timing, pitch, and maybe like dynamics. Maybe those three. Even dynamics are pretty subjective, but like if you can sing it with some kind of swag, some sort of aura, as the kids say, I think you should. Everything else aside from that is subjective. So fake it till you make it. Oh, are we going back to the last question? I feel like a lot of DAWs allow you to listen to your voice in real time. That is very true. When it comes to DAWs and latency, there is a trick. So your computer actually has a bunch of different sound drivers. What I use personally is ASIO, and I think that's in most like computers. I think that's in most Windows computers as well. That is the lowest latency for me personally. So that if you feel like there is a lot of lag between your recording and when you're recording a lot, like when you're singing out of the music, when you feel like the music and your recording is too out of sync, then you can change that. Yeah, love ASIO. Yes, you can ask something. Okay, but that is what I have for this. So thanks, Stella. Next one is from Dima. How do you do harmonies? Are there any bad ways to do them? And when should you use harmonies or double voices? Thank you for making another youtaite 101, Rachie. I love you. Oh, I love you too. Thank you for asking me this question. How do I do this? Hi, Rachie. Sorry there will be VOD for this. Yes, there will be a VOD for this. Very interesting topics, by the way. Just found you through Hibana cover. Love it. Thank you so much. Harmonies. I feel like a lot of people have questions when it comes to harmonies. Because, like, it's not that harmonies make or break a cover or anything, but they definitely enhance the experience of a cover, right? I'll let you in on this one hack, this one secret trick that the people do not want you to know. You can follow harmony guides. So a lot of people, especially these days, they are creating harmony guides that they post on Coffee. They sell them. Some people post them online for free. Sometimes you can even find them in like utao covers and stuff like that. Like you can learn synth V. You can download somebody's, I don't remember what the file is, the utao file. And like you can just plug it in and then just isolate the harmonies from there. Like the guide reference, get out of here. But yeah, that's what I think that's what I would suggest people to do, because I can't explain to you how I do harmonies because I have a music background, like a big music background. I learned how to do it from singing High School Musical songs with my sister. She always wanted to sing the melody, so I would always have to sing the harmony, and it would always, like, after that it just came naturally to me. That is my little government secrets. you can't put an utao file in synth v. I meant it separately. If you can find a synth v file, like from, I know the Jamie P and Flavor Foley give out their their synth v files along with their instrumentals and stuff. So that's something that you can download and something that you can like, you know, isolate yourself. The other thing is that you can do this. There's a very old Audacity trick that you can do, that if you split the left and right tracks of an audio and then inverse one of them and then turn them to mono, it basically like cancels out each other, and then sometimes it cancels out the vocals in the middle, and you can sort of like listen to the harmonies on like from the file. But that is a very old, archaic, ancient method. Actually, I would not suggest that unless you have no other way to go. But yeah. Harmony guides are all over. You can literally search them up on Twitter. A lot of youtaites have them. Like you can find if you look on like some people's pages, like let's say you're looking at a Hololive cover, like I think 5 out of like half the time, 6 out of 10 times maybe. Like ugh. Yeah. You'll be able to find somebody doing a harmony guide, and then if you go on their page, you'll be able to find sometimes that they do them commercially. So there's that. So yeah, there's that. I hope that it really helps. When should you use harmonies or double voices? It really depends. I think that is something you need to learn. You can't go ham with it, but if you don't put them in at all, then it's hard. It's something that I'm still learning, so I don't think I can really give you any tips for that. But I think if you do a lot of studying, a lot of research, you'll be able to do it. So good luck. Okay, next one. This one is from Rodum Pop. Were you just born with a good vocal range and voice, or are there... Yes. Next question. No, I'm joking. Or are there any exercises, strategies, or etc. that you use to get better at singing and hitting really high or low notes? You will not want to hear my answer. I damaged my voice so much because I didn't have proper singing technique growing up. If you think I sing nasal now, it was even worse when I was in school. So I think you guys might know by now that I used to do musicals. Like I was a little bit of a theater kid, musical theater kid. And every year we would have after every performance, my voice would basically be gone and shot because they would ask me to sing the high notes because I was one of the only people who could. But I had such horrible technique that I would blow out my voice every single time. Like it was really, really bad. I just pushed myself because I could, but like it wasn't good, right? I think that is why my voice was able to get a higher and higher range. But at the same time, I feel like 20% of it is you were born with it, and I think 80% of it is if you keep pushing. Like if you, over time, it will happen as long as you are pushing yourself to the limit healthily. Yeah, it's a little tricky. It requires a lot of practice, and it also requires a lot of like technique, I think. The thing is, I feel like I brute forced it. When it comes to me, I genuinely think I brute forced it. I sing so much and like I don't care how I sound. I literally am just focused on like, hey, reached funny note, that it just negated any kind of experience, like technique that I would have needed to reach those notes. So there's that. Did your voice ever go raspy? Yes, it did. My voice went super duper raspy. Like it was really, really bad. I've also heard about people talking about singing from the throat, singing from the chest, singing from the stomach. So yeah, that is a big problem, especially like for me. I think I sing too much from the throat. Like I understand why Ariana Grande speaks the way she does, and I'm speaking like that right now because I think I speak from the throat way too much, and it really it's starting to hurt. But the really Important thing when it comes to singing is that you breathe correctly and that you are supporting your voice with muscles from your core. So you will be singing with like support from your stomach, and most of the time like breath support from your chest. There's that. Yeah, if you are confused about like how to expand your vocal ranges or things like that, I think knowing, yes, like Skydark says, even knowing stuff like chest voice, head voice, whistle register, it's a huge start, let alone vocal fry and false vocal cords for deeper registers. Yes, very, very good tips. I would never have been able to articulate that because I'm not technical. I've never taken vocal lessons. I've only taken like 2 in my life. Didn't work out. So that is my tip for that. Let's move on. This one is from Shiny Broquaza. Do you do exercises to improve breathing capacity? If so, can you give me some advice on improving breathing and long duration singing? Do you think that I am a legit singer? I think this is something that you have to ask like legit singers, because I'm a recording artist, and there is a difference between a recording artist and like a live singer. Right? I do stuff in takes. If you see what my recording files look like, you'll see like very, very short takes. I rarely ever like do one whole thing in one take and like it. I have no clue what a whistle register, but I know the others. Yay. But yeah, I think you definitely, when it comes to learning a song, right, there are places where it would behoove you to take a breath and would fit in the context of the song. But at the same time, sometimes it just go on for very long. Like let's say laboratory, like that, like it goes on for a long, long time, right? And so I think instead of improving breathing capacity, you should control the amount of air that is coming out. And to control the amount of air that is coming out, you have to be able to know when you are singing in, what kind of voice you are singing in. So are you singing in like a falsetto, like in more like a head voice like this, where you don't really use your throat? Or are you singing in more of like a voice like this, where you're using your throat a lot and you are controlling the amount of air coming out? So there's that. 400 individual recordings of each word real. It is very real. You have to see what my rabbit hole looks like. Like, it's so bad. You're listening to something in the background and my singing fit perfectly. Hey! What a lot of people will do, I think it's a little bit overkill for me because I hate putting in effort in anything I do. But I know that people will print lyrics and like do notation with them. Like they will go in and they'll like write, okay, this is where I need to breathe, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. Like I've been watching these shorts from like this one Japanese music school called like Sheer Music School or something like that, and they put what their notation, they put their lyrics with notation like at the bottom of the shorts, and it's really interesting because like I don't really think of stuff that way because I was never trained that way, but it's really important for me to see like, oh, where to take a breath, where to do that. Yeah, I love them. But yeah, I genuinely hate putting in effort, so I would never do that, because I just throw myself at a wall for 6 hours, and I think that's progress. But maybe you can be smarter than me. Rabbit hole breakdown vid. I actually have a whole ass VOD dedicated to me finishing the recording for Rabbit Hole, so you can watch that. Anyway, thank you for the question. This one's about equipment. How do I know if the mic being used is a good quality for recording covers? What kind of apps can be used for recording? What if the person might not have a computer or laptop for making covers? I think we already covered this one, right? I think we can skip this one. I think we should be okay. We've already mentioned the big 3. We got Audacity and Reaper for apps. If you don't have a computer or a laptop, you can use your phone. Make sure you do some research online, and then the mic being used is a good quality for recording covers. Just record stuff first and then figure it out from there. If it sounds good to you, it's most likely good. Exactly. And I think that is it for the scripted Q&A. Wow, that was 2 hours straight of me yapping. I am tired and I need a drink, but that is basically it, guys. There's yeah. Huh. There's a few more questions, honestly, on the doc that I would like to that I would like to answer, but like I don't think they will be too related to this lecture. So I will say that this lecture for Youtaite 101 is done. And if we want to talk after this, you guys can come up to my desk and you can ask me any kinds of questions you want. But first, I will, whoever came for the stream for this lecture, thank you guys so much for coming. I will be on a quick BRB to grab some water, and then we can just chill out and like talk after this. Yeah. Oh, plug the album one last time. That's right. And don't forget to buy Metamorphose, my Deconina cover album featuring 11 songs from Deconina, ranging from, I think not continue. Ranging from the Android Girl era onwards. Very, very fun. Tomorrow is the last day you can get the glitter vinyl, so keep that in mind. Will I do more questions from the Google poll? I will after this. I'm going to be taking like a 5-minute break to grab some water. And then after this, I will be going back to my nighttime bedroom and we can just talk and answer more questions on a more casual, in a more casual capacity. Anyway, I will be right back, guys. I will see you soon. There we go. Hi. Hi everybody. Welcome back. Are you guys ready for office hours? I'm joking, but not really. I'm so sleepy. How was it though? How was it? How was Youtaite 101? How'd you guys feel about it? I am streaming, right? I'm good, right? I'm back, right? Perhaps not. It's okay, we'll figure it out. Ah, okay, so it's my chat that was broken. You learned a lot! Thank you! That's good to know. I was really worried about today because I was worried that I didn't really have anything much to say. Like, I'm not really very confident in like, you know, the skills that I have and whatever. So it's just a little, yeah. Anyway, I'll be answering some other questions if you guys have any questions over here. Um, I have like, again, I have like over 500 questions. I was planning to just answer like the fun, like sort of unrelated ones maybe here so that we can wrap up like fun. I missed a lot earlier from when I was here, but it was good. We'll be checking the VOD later. That's great. We'll also be having like highlights and shorts, and we'll see. I personally don't really think I'm like much of a short content person, but like we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even sure if I want to sing, and I still sat through hours with no temptation to spend premium currency in a gacha game. And I didn't really have to like bring the keys too much either, so that's great. What about the lyric questions? I don't think I'll be answering too much of the lyric. I was gonna like dedicate a whole ass video to lyrics because I feel like there's a lot of things that people have been asking me that I can't answer them all in like one section of a video. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely a lot. um like I think for trans lyrics alone from this one thing. Oh my god, Haunted Black Ron, excuse me, I thought you were just a rando giving me stuff, but that's Ron. That's one of the pillars of our community right there. Ron. Speaking of which, have you guys joined our Discord yet? We have a Discord server. If you guys like learning about like making covers and stuff, you guys can talk to the community in the Discord. They're all very sweet. You just came over from watching on YouTube. Thank you. That's good to know. Buy yourself a coffee. Thank you so much. When I tweeted on my priv for everybody to see, I was just like, guys, should I get boba or coffee today? And I ended up passing out because I was so tired. Full video for lyrics will be best because it's such a process and everyone has a different approach. Yeah, I was sort of hoping to like interview people before I talked about lyrics as well, because like I have a lot of friends that are trans lyricists as well, and like even from like different languages. So I think it'll be really like interesting to see what they think about everything. About everything. But yeah, let me see how many questions like in general were about trans lyrics, because I had a lot. I had a lot about recording and I had a lot about trans lyrics, which is a little, I'm just like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I don't think I could answer all of these. But it's really funny because there were a lot of questions as well that I didn't expect about like sourcing assets. It seems like a lot of people really want to know how to like find good people to do things for them, which I understand completely. Sometimes I also miss the mark when it comes to commissioning people. Oh my god, you are a founder. Were you here from the beginnings of here? I don't remember you at all. Shit, I'm sorry. We're getting the trickle collab then. Yeah, we've already had something in the works for a while. Yeah. Enjoy the sub gang. Of course I know Milgram. Join the Discord. Come hang out in the sub only cool kids club. That is very true. And there is karaoke in the Discord tomorrow, hosted by, it's either Flake or Ghosty at this point, but either way, you guys are gonna have a great time. But yeah. Anyway, like I was going, Twitch banished me for my old name. I was Prostate Splash. Oh wait, I remember you. Welcome back, Prostate Splash. You will always be that in my heart. It's me this weekend. I see. You got this, Ghost. That's insane! Well, welcome back. So nice to see you here after 5 years, bro. Anyway, when it comes to like sourcing stuff, yeah. A lot of people have questions about like where do I source my stuff? Like, am I gonna get bonked for using any of these things? Of course I remember you. I'm pretty sure like I remember most of the names of the people that were founders for my affiliate stream, which by the way, dude, it was 60 months ago. Yuna, hello, baby. Can we get a shout out for Yuna, please? Hi, we just finished the lesson. We're doing office hours now. Pretty VTuber design. Thank you so much. Yuna is very, very sweet. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, girly. I haven't been following your streams, but I do go on Twitter and I see everything that you bake, everything that you cook, and it's insanity. You cook so well. You do food presentations so well. Like, I am so floored. How do you do that? Yes, feed me! Yay! Yay! Thank you so much. Yes. Let her cook, chat. Let her cook. Ah! Anyway, what were we talking about? Sorry, I got distracted by pretty girl. Okay. Yeah, apparently a lot of people were asking about like sourcing assets, which I totally understand. Music videos, finding people to mix your stuff. Like, how do you go about that if it's your complete first time doing it? Flick, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Yuta. Thank you. Menace. Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Flick. There we go. You got the little cute badge next to your name. Little cute badge for a cute girl. Yeah, like I was saying, the first mixer I ever worked with was somebody that just contacted me. Somebody just commented on my video and was just like, because I was like, hey, I'm trying to find like a mixer who can regularly mix all of my covers. Hopefully we can have like a long-standing relationship or whatever. I don't know how I said it when I was 14. It was probably something stupid. Dangerous, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. Yeah. 60 months ago is wild. It's so crazy. I can't believe we've been streaming for that long. Been streaming for like 5 years. I've been doing covers for 13 years. I'm feeling the age. Just a little bit. Oh, thank you, Dangerous. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, back in the day, I feel like it was also easier to find people to work with because nobody was asking for money. A lot of the people that are asking for money now did not ask for money when I was younger. We usually did trades. We did requests as well, so it was always difficult to like, I mean, everyone had time, right? When they were younger. Everyone had time when they were in middle school, when they were in high school to draw, to sing, to do, oh, sorry, to draw, to sing. Are the keys enough? Listen. Listen to me talking about my old stories. Draw and sing and all that kind of stuff. So everybody never charged for stuff. But I think as soon as I hit college, then a lot of people started charging for like mixes and other stuff. And I was like, that's fine. Like, I think it's great that people can earn money for stuff as well. But because of that, it's also really difficult to, you know, like when you're starting out, who do you ask for these kinds of things? Like, it's hard. Like, is there a community of people who just started out maybe and would like to do like trades? Like, what can you do if you can only sing stuff too? So it's really hard. I totally understand why people are asking for all of this kind of stuff. So hopefully we can cover that in a different video. But I think for trans lyrics alone, in the actual form, I received like about 20 questions. And if I go through my marshmallow, let me see, 29 questions. I had 29 questions plus another like 20. So there's like 59 questions about my lyrics in total. Insane. Yeah, for sure. Let me see if there are any like there were some really fun questions though that people asked me, like wait one second. I'm sorting them all by because I asked my manager Mari to help me sort through everything and help organize this whole section. He's really the goat when it comes to like all of my structured stuff. Like I could not do anything without him. There was a really fun question that somebody asked. This one was by Anonymous. Are there some limits to being a VTuber or youtaite? Can anybody do it? Or should it be limited to certain races or ethnicities? Is it less popular for one race to do it over another? I'm just looking at that like, what? And then, wait, it doesn't just stop there. They go, I'm sorry, it's just that normally my kind of people wouldn't be doing much like this on the internet. They find it weird or gross. And me IRL versus me online is such a massive difference. I feel like I'd smash apart like atoms in a nuclear explosion if my two sides grow too far apart and suddenly collide. It's just such a crazy ass question to ask me, and I'm just like sitting here like, what? There's so many things I want to ask, you know? It's a real question. I don't know how to show this to you guys. I cannot conjure this kind of stuff like from out of thin air, you know? I can't. Like, I totally understand though. I was the only one doing this. I didn't have any Indonesian friends around me for the longest fucking time. And even when I was in the States, all of my friends were like far away. Far away, right? So I get it, but like, what? My kind of people, me IRL versus me online is such a massive difference. Like, bruh, do you think I'm a purple-haired anime girl online with big-ass boobs? Actually, you think I have big ass boobs offline? We've been scammed. Oh no, so sad. But oh my god, what a jester. Do you guys have any answers for this guy? Are there limits to being a VTuber or youtaite? Should we gatekeep it to people of certain ethnicities? What the fuck? What the fuck? I have no eye patch. Yeah, I don't have an eye patch right now. It is so sad. I don't even remember what my like keybinds for this was, so canceling my Patreon. No. It's okay. I can stuff my bra. I promise. I can do it. You just have to give me time. I can get implants. Maybe if I can get Patreon up to like 10,000, maybe. Am I a 3D model IRL? Next, you're gonna say you don't have heterochromia. That's right. I don't have homophobia on offline, guys. It's just online. Implant Patreon call. This is so stupid. Online homophobia. It's internalized. Don't worry, guys. It's on me. I'm just repressed. It's fine. In all seriousness, the person in the question should know that VTubing goes beyond race and are fully welcome in the community in whatever way and capacity they feel comfortable. Exactly. I didn't have anybody. I didn't even know anybody in the community when I joined. I didn't know if there was anybody near me. Nobody in my family liked anime. It was literally just me. Like, mom still calls, to this day, mom still calls this my Hannah Montana life, if you guys get the reference. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a completely normal thing to have a completely different identity offline and online. I think it keeps it fun. It keeps it fresh. It keeps you an interesting person. It keeps people on their toes. It gives you that mysterious aura. So, I followed your songs religiously in high school. Oh my god, thank you so much. That means the world to me. She's not wrong. No, she's not wrong. It is my Hannah Montana life. I just, it's not it's not as weird as you think it is to have a different personality offline and online, or like even with your friends and with your parents, you act differently, right? Like I wouldn't wear youtaite in front of my parents. I wear them with my grandparents, but I don't wear it with my parents. You know, do you think the new gens know Hannah Montana? Sorry. I mean, it's like the difference between K Angel and Ame. Do you think that's more relatable to the children? Oh my god, Ame is just from needy streamer, guys. K Angel. Choten-chan. Def more relatable. There we go. It's too old for them. No! So sad. I feel like I'm getting hit by like one thing after another. Too old, too old, too old. Ah. Anyway, fuck, man. Are you retiring anytime soon? No. This is the only thing keeping me sane. I feel like if I quit, I already told people this. If I quit, call the police. If I quit and I don't tell anybody, like, oh yeah, I have another job somewhere or whatever, call the police. Call the popo. Me no okay. This is sane? I don't think I've ever been sane in front of you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever been like 100% brain capacity in front of you guys just because of how late I stream. But anyway, so that's a funny question. What other funny question was there? Somebody asked me what my computer specs were. Somebody asked me if I wanted to make a vlog, would I need a computer? So there's that. There's also somebody who asked me, I want to be an youtaite, but I can't sing. Send help. Which I'm like, I don't think I should be the first person you ask about that. I really think you should go to vocal lessons if you can't sing, you know? Do you need an iPhone for 2D face tracking? Yes, you do. Or you don't. You can use a webcam, but an iPhone is much better. But yeah, I only stream super late or on rare occasions early morning. That is very true. I don't stream very... I cannot stream in the middle of the day. We mastered the first step of being good at something, being bad at it. There we go. Do you guys think that I like was good out of the gate? Wait, let me see if I can actually find my first cover. I'm pretty sure I can find it on Dropbox. If I can find it, you guys have to like it's really bad. Like it's actually really bad. You're a great streamer. Aw, thank you. I try to be when I'm not stressed out of my mind. I'm actually a really chill and funny person. Isn't that crazy to think? Isn't that crazy to think, guys? Let me see if I can find something super old. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't have my matryoshka, but ooh, is there anything? I think this one is really old. I don't think I posted this one on YouTube. But I can't here alone. If someone's passing on, a simple little date, and that is what I'll say we're on. The people close to town, the gentle floating clouds, they share a laugh as I sit waiting all day long. Like that was me in 2013. That's old cheat. That's probably not even 2013. I probably uploaded that later. This is like in 2012 maybe. I want to say 2011 perhaps. Like I definitely ported a lot of these songs over from like a different thing, but yeah. It's really old. What other songs did I cover before that? Pretty sure I had a cover of like Shiryoku Kensa here somewhere too. I just can't find any like MP3. I can't find them. It's so hard. 騒がしい日々に笑えない君に思いつき限り眩しい明日を Yeah. The mic quality, yeah, the mic quality is really bad, and that's why I feel like, come on, guys, don't like, come on. You know what I mean? How do I sort it? I don't think I can sort this. Oh, relevance updated. Let me see if I can find something even older. I doubt I can. Yep, that is the oldest. That is the oldest one. Oh, here's another old one. Let me scream out the wishes that I felt from the very bottom of my broken heart. That could be a friend that you can. I do remember Kagero Project. I still love those. Every step you decided to move on. Can't imagine my hands still be holding you. This is the first time I ever break a promise. Let me sing you an upside down love song. It's such crunchy audio quality, like it's bad. This isn't even the version that I uploaded to YouTube, okay? This is even older than that. So, yeah. Mic quality very bad. Very, very, very bad. Yeah, it's bad. Wait, actually, let me see if I actually have like a... I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. That song is Amanojaku. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. My first cover, I'm pretty sure I have it on SoundCloud somewhere. I just don't remember where it is. Reaching out a hand to speak. 2010 alt rock mic quality, yeah. They kiss the fire. The Project Sekai chart is bad. Is it that bad? Is it really bad? I haven't played Project Sekai in a while. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's bad. Nah. Have not have time to do anything. Haven't had time to do anything. Let me scream out the wish. Oh. Here we go. Nope. Where's the bad one? There we go. Here we go. It's bad. Like, it's bad. It's bad. That was, I genuinely think that was actually my first ever song cover. It was so, I posted it on YouTube and then somebody asked me like, oh, do you have a YouTube account? Let me see it. I want to hear it. And I just deleted it and I was like, oh, I don't have anything on it yet. It's fun for sure. One sec. Yeah, I think my parents are home and everything, so I think I gotta go hang out with the family and stuff. Let me see if I can find anything else that was really fun that I was just like, huh. What's your nationality? Your English is good. That one was just like, And then somebody asked, want to go out with me? And I'm like, That's funny. I just think that's funny. There was also, okay, last a really funny question was, where is it? Do you singing at your house? And I'm like, huh. Yeah. No shot with Mark around, exactly. Mark, my husband, that I definitely did not forge our marriage license and put it in the California, like, courthouse. Love you, Mark. I just got English Jozood. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And Deco the boy toy. Exactly. Deco my boy toy. Flick is correct. He's not. But for all legal purposes, this is just a joke. Would not. It's just, it's Markiplier, and then who's my boy toy? Who else did I like? Who else did I mention in my tweet? I completely forgot. Anything that you see me tweet, either on my private or my public account, is written in like a fugue state. Flick is correct. New sentence created. Took me a while. The autocorrect wasn't there. The suggestions did not line up. Let me see. Where is my... I'm married to Sans Undertale. There we go. I'm dating Markiplier. I'm married to Sans. It's impossible to hate me, and I'm a filthy iPhone user. And then that third one we're not gonna mention because it's weird. I do have a child with Sans. Don't ask how the birds and the bees worked. Anyway, I think we are going. I think we're veering off to very off-topic stuff right now, but this was very fun. Let me just double check. Yeah, we are not over 3 hours, so we are okay. I will probably just ask the I'll probably just ask my my VOD editor to stop it before this section, or maybe whatever. I don't know. Save it for off topic. Yeah. Before we go, just remember, join the YouTube. I don't have YouTube membership. Join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter. If you have been given a sub by our lovely patrons here, then perhaps you can also join the sub only part of our server, which is awesome. Why can't it be more than 3 hours? Because I'll get charged more. Bye guys, it was really fun. Thank you for coming to stream. Actually, no, before I go, I just wanna announce one more little tiny thing that perhaps I probably should have announced when there were more people here. But you guys have stayed till the end, so you guys are the only people that I wanna share this with. Huh. Crazy how that works, right? Jajan! It's coming out! It's gonna come out tomorrow! Yay! She's here! Yay! Boom! Yeah, somebody was literally asking if I was gonna make it. I know. So annoying, right? Just be patient. All good things come in time. Yeah, I think tomorrow. I have to still make the announcement. I don't really know how to make the announcement. All the monitoring mentioned paid off. Maybe I should just do this for all my covers. All the Deco songs that I have taken a while to cover have been doing really well, so we shall see. I don't care either way. If they like, I don't know. I don't know at this point. I don't know. I'm sleepy. I mustn't die yet. We should be okay. You guys will be okay. We will monitor tomorrow. It'll be very fun. But it is midnight and I need to sleep. And it's my sister's birthday today. So I gotta wish her a happy birthday. Yay. Yay. Bitter choco decoration on Spotify went over my dead body. I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with that. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm so tired. How do people stream for more than 2 hours at a time? Bye. It was very fun. Should we? Nah. Should we raid? Should we raid? If we raid, who am I gonna raid? Oh, guys, the question is so obvious. We're gonna raid my bunda. She's talking as well. She's so good at yapping. I love her. She's my girl. She's beautiful. I love her so much. Please give her a good time. Just tell her that I have fallen asleep. But I love her. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is Rachie. Over and out. Otsukarechi. Dada!